welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you catch this video. Now, the reason I'm doing this video again, or another video, my fourth video of today. The first video, the audio cut off within the first 5 seconds. The second video, there was no audio at all. And the third video, this freaking plug, you see back here, got pulled out. So, I just got to redo it again, just so I can, I'm learning that I got to keep it in one spot because I keep fucking up, all right? My bad. But let's get to the story today. Today, what we're going to talk about is, let me close this real quick. We got a police chief who stole from the city. And it's coming straight from the FBI, so it's just not me talking out my ass. We're going to read it directly from the source. And we're going to see if there's any stories going on regarding this. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. Hold up, let me fix this real quick. Looking at my screen, and it's looking kind of crappy. Border. Freaking. Wrong one. Oh, yeah, we're doing this on the go, y'all. Here we go. Ooh. Just a little bit up, right there. All right, let's get into it now. Something still feels off, but regardless. All right, y'all can't see this that well. Okay, so here we go. This was posted on May 1st of 2025. We got a former Bendela City Police Chief who also served as the city administrator, accused of stealing $313,000 from the city. So I guess he felt he wasn't getting paid his fair share for doing both jobs, being the police chief and the city administrator. It seems like a conflict of interest. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, in St. Louis, I think that's California. I'm not sure. They should tell us. All right, the former police chief and city administrator of Videla. Okay, I can't pronounce that. Give me 1 second. How you pronounce it?
Velda City.
Velda City, Missouri. All right, we got a Midwest states. Was accused in a indictment Wednesday of fraudulently attaining $420 in city funds through a series of fraudulent transactions. Daniel Polino, hope I said that right, 51, was indicted. Now, I believe indicted is when you've been summoned across a grand jury and they say, oh yeah, he's guilty. But let me just double check, because I'm not accused, formally accused of being charged with a serious crime. All right. They love using big words. And my thing is freezing, so here we go. Was indicted, so basically he was charged, well, accused, alleged. He's not guilty yet. In U.S. District Courts in St. Louis with 3 counts of wire fraud. Now, when I hear 3 counts, I'm like, did you do this 3 times, or what's going on there? Okay, so we're gonna look into this. All right. The indictment says Polino used the city's credit card to make about 828 charges for personal expenses, totaling up to $145,428. 828. Like, you didn't think around 300 or 100 that would be enough? All right. The indictment says Polino used the city's credit card about 17 additional occasions to transfer Validia City's funds totaling up to $43,870 to a business he owns, R&B Towing, and he owned, and one owned by his spouse, Renovation STL. I wonder if y'all were on that show where you do renovation. So not only were you buying stuff for your personal self, you were also making contributions to your business. You slick bastard. Okay. At least, oh, no, I'm not going to see that. The city funds were ultimately transferred to either Polino's personal bank accounts or the account for another company he owned, D&D Towing, the indictment says. So, let's get this straight. This man was busy. So not only was he the police chief, and the city's administrator, which I don't know why you have him in those two important roles, unless y'all just poor, so y'all just, okay, whatever. He also ran a towing business, and his wife also did renovations. Man, let me see their tax return. I know they even made some money. I wouldn't even ask them, like, this is legitimate. I'm like, let me shut up. All right, let me keep it rosy. The ending towing, that makes sense. Polino accused of 8 city checks to be issued in a total amount of $34,374 to pay for third-party vendors for his personal expenses, the indictment says. You just got bold. You didn't think you were going to get caught. Okay. One 25,500 city check was used to pay for a 2007 international tow truck that was registered in Paulino's name and used by Paulino's privately owned towing company. See, I'm not saying he's right here, but what I would have did is I would have put the tow truck in the business name and registered that LLC in either like Wyoming or Nevada. Now, why those two states in particularly is because those states have they're very private friendly. You can say that, like they are unwilling, or they make it very difficult for them just to disclose information. So if you're thinking about doing this stuff, you, the viewer, thinking about doing that stuff, Nevada, Wyoming, it's good states. No, Wisconsin. I'm sorry, Nevada and Wisconsin, not Wyoming. Wisconsin, Wyoming. If you live there, I'm sorry. The indictment says, okay, Polino calls automation clearing housing, ACH, is the way you transfer money, transactions to made from a city account to pay the third-party vendors for $2,575 in personal expenses, the indictment says. So you weren't using your own money. Hold up. All right, we're here. We're on the third paragraph. I just need to see something real quick. So he's in the city of Valencia. Police chief salary. Missouri. I know I spelled it right, but oh well. So, okay, police chief can get paid up to $95,000, but he was also the city administrator as well. I don't even know what that means, if I'm being honest with you guys. City administrator means like, and make sure I put this. I'm going to assume that you're getting paid more than $100,000 based on those two titles. And let me see the median, not average, but the median as far as people together of Missouri. Oh, so it's right here. The median salary is $37,000. So you were getting paid well enough. What made you just want to steal? People are hilarious. Like greed. You talk about these businesses are greed. Businesses are people, and you, the average American, you guys are full of greed. I'm sorry, I am too. I ain't gonna lie. I have a greed in me, but not to this extent where I'm stealing from people. Okay, we're on the third paragraph in personal expenses because you're using the city's funds to pay for your business expenses. So citizens were paying for your gas, your tolls, your insurance. Like it's ridiculous. All right, let's continue. Polino also, so why he has 3 accounts? Because we got one here. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 5. Why only 3 accounts? Okay. And there's more here. So, okay, continuing. Polino also caused about 20 direct deposits totaling $30,667 in city funds. Purportedly, I'm seeing this a lot. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, y'all, but I got it. Purportedly. My internet.
Purportedly for a...
Yeah, purportedly for additional payroll. So this keeps getting worse. So the city paid for your payroll. So you paid your employees. The city also, it's like the city paid for the federal tax. I'm not sure. I think Missouri is one of those states where it doesn't have state income tax. Let me see. Or maybe it does have state income. Yep, 2 to 40%. Okay, so they pay for your state income tax, the Medicare tax, FICA taxes, uh, Social Security tax. Yeah, into his personal account. The indictment says, why does he only have 3 counts of wire fraud? This is more than okay. He also caused about 55 direct deposits of totaling about 54,693 in Valeda City, uh, purportedly for his spouse payroll. To be said, and you know it's funny because his business also gets a deduction for this. So like, there's so many frauds here. You guys need to up this. To be sent to his personal bank account. The indictment says, Polino's spouse. Well, good thing was they're paying their taxes. Polino's spouse was also being paid for the work that was not actually performed in the city public's work division during the years of 2021 through 2023, and Paulino used that money for his own personal expenses. So the wife was not actually doing the work. So this is conflict of interest again. So just imagine this. If you're the city administrator, administrator means like you just direct people to certain areas. So he hired his wife's company. He subsidized his wife's company. It's more than subsidized, but he subsidized his wife's company, and his wife didn't do a damn thing, and she got paid $54,000. God, the nerve of you people. Okay, was I not perform? Okay, I was here for no pressure. Like, okay, hold up. The indictment also alleged that Paulino caused 3 city checks totaling $1,800 to be fraudulent issued to them. The money was transferred without authority or acknowledgement or acknowledge of the city, its mayor, treasurer, or the board of Alarum. Well, you give this guy so much privilege, like you made him an administrator and the police chief. He's the judge and executor. Judge, jury, and executor. Like, he's all of them. He's a police chief, so he can tell his cops to do whatever he wants. So, like, come on. Let's be serious about it. Polino used the money for travel, automobiles, of course, pool supplies, utilities, and his personal residence, and food and beverage charges. He was living his best life. Okay. During the scheme, Paulino transferred about $58,171 from his personal account or business account to the Village City account or the credit card to conceal his crimes. Well, at least he got smart. At least he paid some of it back, retribution. But it was in bad faith. Polino was appointed to the city administrator position in 2021. He was the police chief until the department was dissolved in 2024. Oh, that's unfortunate. Charges, probably because you stole all the funds for the city. The charges set forward in the indictment were merely accusations and do not constitute proof of guilt. Every defendant is presumed to be innocent unless proven guilty. Yeah, you are, but if the FBI was reporting this, most likely you guilty of that shit. So let's check him out. He's an old guy. He looks like a Gen Xer, 51 years old. Yeah, here we go. Damn, man. Yeah, let's get a picture of this guy. Oh, they showed it in the... Okay. Well, if all else fails, we can just go to images. So here's that guy. In case you guys were curious. I was curious. Hey, wearing glasses. Okay. You still a guilty bastard, bro. You had a good life, but you just freaked it all up. And now let's see what the city administrator did. What's his responsibility? Administrator. I spelled it wrong. I'm not even gonna attempt it. I can't spell it, y'all. Roles and response. I'm really showing my ass off right here. I'm so glad I spelled that right. What is the city important role is to manage the day-to-day operations of the city's government, ensuring efficient and effective delivery of services. Is that city just poor? Let me see real quick. What was the city called again? City of let me see. GDP. Oh yeah, the median. Now median means like a household, more than one person. It's $43,000. That's not a lot. So the city was kind of, it's not the richest. Let me see, tax revenue. Well, it is a city, but still. Yeah, it's not a rich country. It's a rich city compared to like Phoenix or Los Angeles or New York. I know there's extreme examples, but it's not a rich city. But you were just, I guess you felt like you weren't being paid the amount that you deserve. So what we can learn from this is, if you work for the city government, it's not worth it. At least not during this time. Wait a couple years. If you're still in right now, slow down. You're doing too much. Just slow down, and you'll be just fine. I'm not promoting this stuff, and I'm not saying this guy is guilty, but if I'm reporting it, I get my stuff directly from the FBI, DOJ, federal. So you have a high probability of being guilty. And if I were to bet on it, I would say guilty. You silly. And I think the wife should be charged as well, because she was involved in this, and I'm pretty sure she knew about this shit too. Because she's thinking like, how are y'all this money? I seen your tax. I know how much you make. Like, come on. Let's be serious about this. All right, well, that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys next time. Play the outro.